Alright, it's been a while since I made a video. Figured I'd do a little update on the 17 Sportsman 850 high lifter. A couple of things I like about it, dislike about it. So far it's been doing really good, as it should. And I've done a couple of things here and there. I did the LED pods and the headlights, which was pretty quick and easy. Other than that, I was getting a little bit of water in my belt box somewhere underneath, but I resealed the belt box cover and redone all the snorkels and stuff. Took them apart, made sure they were clean, and just resealed and retightened everything. A couple of things that are just not really a big deal, but that agitate me about this is the 1.25 hitch receiver. I mean, I don't know, I have a bunch of 2-inch receiver hitches, and you know, obviously they won't fit. You have to get the adapter thing. I just really don't like that, but you know, whatever. And the you can't see it, but I mean, it's the plug for the belt box. It's the little red tab. It just screws in and screws out. I think it's a 13mm plastic thing or a Phillips head. And I'd rather have a little spout that has a rubber plug on it so you can reach in, pull it off, drain the belt, stick it back on. But you know, I may do that to it in the future, just so it's not as aggravating if you do get water in the belt, which hopefully I won't get in there anymore. Oh, one other thing I have done, I can't turn them on right now because I'm on my phone videoing, but I don't know if you can see it. It's got some pod lights under there now. Should have brought a light in here, but I ordered them from opt7.com. I'll try to get a link in the description. And it's all Bluetooth controlled, easy to wire up. I mean, you know, positive, negative, and then I used some self-tappers, some small self-tappers, and stuck them on there. And the same with the pod lights in the headlights. That's actually the stock headlight housings. I had these LEDs. I've had them in a box for a long time, and I just used 4 self-tappers. I cut out a hole. I used a Dremel and just cut out a square there, and I drilled a little hole in the bottom of the headlight housing so the water can drain out, and then I wired them into the handlebar switch. And they point straight up at the sky, obviously, because of the angle on the front end. You know, you can see they're going to point straight up in the air. But I don't use the headlights very much anyway, because I have the light bar and I don't like the yellow headlights. So now when you turn these on, at least they match the light bar. I'll turn them on real quick. See, they point up, but they look good to me. I really like them. They're really bright. They help a little, you know, if you're riding without the light bar on. You can see the ground in front of you, so you know you can ride and it's just not as bright, because the light bar is insane, you know, sometimes. And but I just really like the look of it. That's why I done it. But other than that, we're going to a ride this weekend, Moccasin Creek in Blackshear, Georgia. I'll be leaving early in the morning. We'll be out there all weekend. I swamped the Honda a couple nights ago. There's a hole, last weekend rather. A hole that I've never seen anybody go in before, and it was really deep, lots of moccasins. Not a good thing to be walking around in, but I got it back going. It took a minute for some reason this time to get it back going, but it's good to go now. Went ahead and changed the oil in the filter while I was in there. It's never had oil or water in the crankcase, but I went ahead and changed it just to be safe. It was due time anyway, but other than that, oh, I did put an LED whip from the same company. My wife wanted a whip instead of the pods underneath, and it's not the quick disconnect. It just screws on and off. There is a rubber cap for this, and it come with a wireless control here, which I've just stuck it on there so I wouldn't lose it, but I had it hanging up on top of the snorkel. But really neat, tons of adjustments. It's not like the super expensive ones, the 5150 LEDs that have 1,000 LEDs in the whip, but it does some pretty cool things. I mean, it was only 60 bucks, and my pods were only 50 bucks, so not bad. And I mean, I've had them underwater, I've been beating on it, you know, and it's done good. Same with that, it's been underwater, been in the mud and everything, and it's done fine. But if you want to see the pods on, just send a message. You know, I mean, I'm sure you know what they look like. Everybody's running them these days, and I just thought it would be a little different. And I like the blue underneath, but it'll do every color under the sun. I mean, flash, strobe, I mean, everything, fade. Other than that, I mean, as far as likes and dislikes, I love the machine. It's just been really good. I mean, it does more than I ever thought it would do. I mean, without a big lift or portals or huge tires, I mean, it keeps up with some of the big stuff. But other than that, I mean, there are only a couple of little things that I don't like about it. And getting to the air box to drain it, if I ever did swamp it, it's aggravating. You have to take off the side panel because I can't get my hand up in there to get it popped loose. But if have any questions, or I had a couple people ask me about doing a video on the snorkels, how I done mine, because I tried to give everybody that messaged me an idea. This is 3-inch to 2-inch coupler right here, 3 of them. I took the stock piece off, put 3 of those on. All 3 of these are exactly the same, all 3 pipes, so it doesn't matter which one you put where. A 45 and a 90 on each one, and then 2 pieces of PVC cut to however tall you want them. And other than that, I mean, you got to tighten the mess out of those, because the pipe that goes over isn't 3 inches quite, but I couldn't find 2.5 to 2 inch. Apparently those are in a fairy tale or something, because nobody can get them, nobody has them. But Big Gun's still doing good under there. It's a little faded on the other end from getting so hot. But other than that, everything's going good. If anybody has any comments, concerns, you know, message me. If you got any questions about anything I've done, which is not a whole lot, but it's coming along. I've got a few things. I was going to do 32 assassinators for this weekend, but I didn't pick them up. I'm gonna stick with these. Man, these Outlaws do really well, and they're plenty big enough for right now. And I actually have a lot of people also ask me where I buy my stuff at. I live in Brunswick, Georgia. Everything comes from all my parts, a lot of the knowledge, stuff I don't know, have questions on. Bargeron Power Sports sold me both of these, and you know, tons of other things, tires, parts, wheels, I mean, everything. Just if you have any problems or questions or anything, Bargeron Power Sports, they're good guys. Wes, good salesman, he's the one that sold me this unit, and they're hard to beat, man. If you live in the area or close by, you know, stop in and talk to them. They got a ton of machines, and they've really stepped up their game on aftermarket stuff as far as tires and big wheels and sound bars, light bars, you know, everything you can think of, speakers and just things like that. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers. I know I don't post a lot of videos, but I work a lot, so it's hard for me to have time, but I appreciate it.